Now listen, if I were to build a bridge and I wanted to get to the other side, could I just be like, I'm going to build a bridge and then there's a bridge? No, unless I'm in like a video game. In real life, if you're going to build that bridge, you got to start with one brick at a time. And you got to build and build and build. Then you got to maybe get on the other side and build and build and build. And that brick is laid one at a time until eventually you finally have a full bridge. Then you can walk across anytime you please. God's still working on us one little brick at a time. In fact, the Bible describes himself as the potter, and we are his clay. Now, I'm not sure if you guys, I know Dan did. Dan used to have a website called dantheclayman.weebly.com. It's still up? Oh man, we need that. Okay, listen, this is part 2. She always makes fun of me for my charlesart.weebly.com. It was a family business. So anyway, Dan the Clayman, I don't know if you've ever tried to work with like a pottery wheel or anything, but it doesn't always work the first time, especially if, anyway, so you gotta shape the wheel and you gotta spin it with your foot. Apparently, I think this is how it works. And then you gotta put your hands in and separate it out and form the clay. But I've watched at least enough videos of pottery that I know that like it doesn't always work the first time. Even for the best potters, it still messes up. It still gets lumps in it. It still cracks and falls over. Sometimes it doesn't set right whenever you bake it, I think. It doesn't always work. But the same thing, Jesus is the potter and we're the clay. And you know, sometimes we don't always look like what we're supposed to look like. Not the first time. Not the second time. He's the potter molding the clay. And it's a process that doesn't always work at first, but it will. Because he is perfect. He's rich in mercy. He's got lots of love for us. And he's still working on me.